Hello, this is Tim from Animations of Frog, and in this tutorial we're gonna start playing with the compositor and do some visual effects. We're going to do an eye masking and we're gonna do Sharingans because I think that would give me a lot of views because there's really a good tutorial out there for that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get a new file scene here. Alright, and we don't need this lamp, so we'll just hit X on our keyboard to delete it, and then we want to reposition this guy here. So we'll just hit Alt R, that's how I like to do it. Alt R to clear the rotation, Alt G to clear scale, and then just hit R90 to rotate 90 degrees, hit X to make it constrain to the X axis, hit Enter, and then just slide it back. Alrighty, and then switch to motion tracking. I know this is a very scary looking screen for a lot of people because a lot of us we don't go out of anything except the default screen. But go down here, hit open, go to where your movie clip is, open clip, and there's my test subject. Alright. No, that is not me. It helps when you have siblings who are willing to your model. Anyway, so I just hit prefetch to load the frames into memory, and that'll help us work with it a little bit easier. So what we can do is we can come down here to footage information and see what the resolution is. And what you want to do is come over here to your render tab and make this resolution the same as this resolution, which it is for me. I'm just going to scoot that up to 100%. So now we can also hit set scene frames, and that would change the length. For me, it doesn't change the length, but it would set the length of the number of frames here to the length of the video here. So that would be good. Now, if you weren't like me and had this on a tripod, now would be the time to solve for your camera motion and set all that up. But I don't need to do that because I had it on a tripod. So we'll just skip right over that. Besides, that would be a lot of time. So come back to track here and select this to set this to be location rotation, and then this one I should just do previous frame, but it honestly probably doesn't matter that much. So what we want to do now is we're going to set up the tracking, because even though this footage is on a tripod, there's still some movements. So in order for us to get the mask to stay in the same place, we need to set up some tracks here. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control and left click to set up to place a marker. Now if you have this sidebar open, you'll see where the marker is looking. I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit here. Alright. And then I'm going to come over here to the track settings. I'm going to hit this one because this will track forward one frame at a time. So I'll just do that for a few frames, and I'll just hit this guy right here. And it goes all the way till Bucka closes her eyes. And then we're going to just go forward frame by frame till she opens, till we can pick the track back up. And I'll just left click this. Yoo-hoo, come on, little track. That's not what I want to do. I added a new track. Let's not delete that. There we go. I just right clicked it, move it back into position. This will reactivate it here. Oop, come back. Same thing. Drag it forward manually a few frames, make sure it's going right. Hit that button and it just tracks pretty nicely through. Alright? So I have one track here and I'm going to go ahead and name it. Because I like to name everything. That way, later on, I know what I'm working with here. So we'll say track I right. They're right, not our right, because it's our left. And enter for that. Now we've got to do the same thing on the other side here. And so control left click, shrink it down. Oops, make sure you're back at your beginning. Move it into place. Track forward manually a few times and just go for it. Alright. It keeps the side closed a little longer. Alright. Right click to reposition it here. Yep. Right click and then click again. Go ahead and track forward a few times and lost it again. Right click. Drag it forward a little bit and go. Alright. So I'm going to name this track 2. Track I left. Alright. So now we got to set up the mask. So we're going to go down here, select masking mode, hit new, and actually we're just going to have one mask for both eyes. So we'll just say mask, name it as masked eyes, but we'll have 2 layers for it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this plus button on the side, name this mask eye right, and control click. I'm going to try and zoom in here. Control click. Here. And want to go counterclockwise. Leave some room for the feather, which will soften the edges for us. Hit Alt C to close this here. Then we're going to box select it all. Hit, oh no, let's see, it's V. And say, which one do I want? I don't like to do auto. Let's do free. No, let's not do free. Let's set it up as box select these guys again. Set it up as aligned here. It's just a little bit easier to work with them when they're like this. So we're not going for a perfect circle here because the eyes aren't a perfect circle. Alright. I'm going to hit Alt S. Oops, I got to box select everybody first. Alt S, and this brings out the feather. Not too much feather. That should be good. If it's too much, we'll work with it later. But I'm gonna just keep moving these guys around here till I get what I think is probably gonna be good. I'm just hitting G to move these guys around. That's kind of weird. So let's move this one up a little bit. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up this mask really fast in the compositor. That way we can see what it looks like here. So I'm just going to go to the compositing part here. Hit use nodes, backdrop, you know, the usual stuff here. Alright, so we don't need render layers right now, so I'm going to hold down control and just cut this. What we do need is color mix node, and we need to plug that into here, and we also need let's do a where is it here, an input RGB, plug that one in the bottom, and we'll hit shift A1 again, and we'll get our movie clip. Click on this guy, just plug that in there. There's our movie clip. We don't need render layers right now. Plug movie clip in here. Now, what we really need is a filter. Is it filter? Distort. Filter group. No, I can never remember. Mask to input, mask. Here we go. Click on this guy, say eyes mask, and put the mask in the factory. And what that does is it constrains the effect that we're doing with this to the mask area. I'm going to switch this from mix to color, and I'm going to hit F12, and we'll see what pops up here. So now, as you can see, our mask is working quite well actually. I don't think I need to adjust it at all. So what we're going to do is we'll go back over to what am I thinking here? Motion tracking, alright. And we'll hit plus sign here. And we'll rename this mask I left. Okay. And we'll hit B for butt select. Select all this mask. Say mask. Mask. Copy. Click on this guy. A to deselect. Mask. Paste. Okay, paste it on top. So I'm going to hit G to move it over here. So most of our work is done. Hit G again, move it just a little bit over, and I think I'll move this one up just a tiny bit. Alright. So now if I hit F12 and render again, then it'll show me, actually what I'd like to do is I'd like to go back to compositing before I do that. It'll show me that I have red eyes on both. I'm going to go ahead and take a second to render it out. Alright, so we have 2 red eyes and look quite nice. So let's go back to motion tracking here. What we want to do is we want to parent these masks to our tracks here so that the masks move with the tracks naturally. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, with my eye left here selected, no layers, I'm going to hit B to box select the mask, shift, select the, there it is, the track, hit Control P, Control, alright. Oh my goodness, I think I messed it up. But guys, why can't you just do what I want? Alright, so let me go ahead. Let me just do it again. So box select. And there it is. Control P. Make parent, okay. Come over here. Box select this guy. Shift. Select my track. Control P to make a parent. It says make parent down here, so you know that it went through. Alright, now if we move through here, just kind of scrub through here, you'll see that the tracks move and it takes the mask with it. So let's go back to the beginning here. So that's pretty cool, pretty impressive as a start already. So let's go into the compositor and set up the rest of our nodes. Not so many nodes, don't really need that many nodes. Actually, what we really want to do is adjust the frame, adjust the, what's it called here? Adjust the mask, but frame by frame, so make sure that it's okay. Now, we have some good tracks here, so we don't really need to do that a whole lot. What we're going to do is we're going to take this top left guy here, this window here, make it into a UV image editor, and we're going to hit F12 a whole bunch of times. So here, let me tell you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to click here, hit F12, and it'll render out the image right here. Now the thing is, I'm on my old iMac, so it's going to take like a heck of a long time. So I'm just going to kind of skip through this part. What I want to show you is on the part where she closes her eyes, because that's the fun part, because we have to, here it is, that's where we really have to adjust the mask. So what I'm going to do is go to where the eyes are open, because what we're going to do is we're going to set a keyframe, and we're going to have to automatically close the eyes. So what works good, what works well, as my mom would say, you have to say, don't say good, say well. What works well is if you go to wherever the eye is open all the way again, B to box select all of this here, and all this here, box select all this here. Okay? And hit I to insert a keyframe. And it should have insert keyframes. Insert keyframes? Yes, it did. And so, what we'll do is, and what that will do is, that'll give us an endpoint. That'll really help speed up a whole lot of things. So what we'll do is we'll go here again, hit I one more time. And this one. This one. I'm gonna go ahead and set the keyframe shape here. Location, rotate, location, rotation. We don't need to scale it. There we go. Now we have a keyframe added. We'll go here and make sure I added the keyframe because I'm not sure that I added a keyframe because I see a little line here, but I don't see a little line here where there usually is one. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit I. So it says 6 keyframes added successful. Okay, very good. And what I want to do is I want to turn on the automatic keyframing. And we'll go back to here. And I'll move forward. So here, now look here. So here, we need to remove this mask from the scene. This mask on this side. So I'm going to hit A, deselect, B to box select, G to grab it, move it up here. Okay. Then this one's got to be half closed. So I'm going to select the top point. Oops. I'm going to select the top point here, hit G, I hit F by accident, that's what happened. And move it way down. Move this guy down. Move this guy down. Oops. Oops. Alright, so because I have automatic keyframing on, I put my keyframes in already. And then, so we're going to go next. So by this frame, you won't be able to see any of the side here. So we'll just go ahead and box select this whole thing, hit G, move it up here. Move forward. This eye stay, right eye stay closed. Okay, so go ahead and bring it back down. Move it a little tiny bit, move this one a little tiny bit. Now what I would normally be doing is after each adjustment here, I would hit F12 and render out a preview of it. That way I could see what's going on. But since I've done this several times now, and I know that, so I know this footage, and so I don't want to be spending a lot of time rendering this out on my poor old iMac. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Okay, so then we'll just move this guy up here a little tiny bit. Otherwise, it's starting to come back, so I need to do A to deselect, box select this guy because it's starting to come down because of the keyframe that we did at the very end there. So here, let's go ahead and bring it back down and adjust it. So essentially what we're doing is everybody's favorite thing, which is rotoscoping, which everybody loves doing. And I mean that with all the sarcasm in my heart. Next frame. Next frame. See, because we set the keyframe at the end here, it does a lot of our work for us. Let me just box select this. Box select. Actually, let me A deselect, B to box select, G to grab it, move it over just a tiny bit here. Keep going. Let's box select it, move it back. And then it hits the track again. So we just need to adjust the top here because her eye is not as wide open as it was before. Maybe she was going for a sassy look. Alright, so there we go, that's better. And then it goes. So here, like here, what we gotta do is move the mask in, because otherwise it would look really ugly. And move it down. Down. There we go. Very good. Usually I go by like every 10 frames. So remember, I have the automatic keyframing on still. At least I should. Let me make sure. You're still framing me. You're still. Something makes me uncomfortable. I don't feel like I'm setting keyframes here like I'm ought to be. Do I forget to do something? I feel like I forgot to do something. I feel like once the track picked up again, because because it's not going back. So I got it here, and then it goes. You know what? I'll just hit I because I need to make sure. Alright, that's not, I'm gonna hit G. This guy back up here. Why is it doing automatic keyframing for me? Automatic keyframe is clearly pressed. Keyframe that. Let me bring up the dope sheet. The doing drugs sheet here. And instead of summary, let's just do a mask. Okay, so we do have some frames going on here. Oops, I'm going to do. Okay, so it is keyframing me. I'm just paranoid. That's okay. I'm just paranoid. Rotate. Get these guys out. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. Sorry. Because I don't know. I have no excuse. G. Click here. I think that's good. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm neglecting the poor other eye here. Let me go back. I'm going to hit N and T to give me more space here. Let's jump here. Oh my goodness. Jump here, jump here, jump here, jump here. 10 frames down the line. Put it back. Something else I didn't do was put a keyframe at the very end here, but that's okay. We're getting there. The end's in sight. Alright, it works. Okay, what's going on? So, if you're ever doing this for actual reels, just tell a person not to close their eyes, and that will eliminate like 300% of your work. Like, you need a blink, that's okay. You don't need a blink, just you can blink later. Just don't close your eyes while we're filming this part. What does this side look like? Man. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and box select everybody and hit a keyframe right here at the end. Alright, and congratulations, you've done most of the work.